oh, she got lucky. She didn't do the work, or she do that with that voodoo, that shit. One thing I don't do, like I said in another video, is I don't argue with no goddamn body, because I ain't got nothing to prove. My energy is enough. You see it? I heard their call and I picked that shit up. I know this shit is bigger than me. Really, the most powerful work that you can do is the work on your goddamn self. I would not even partake in the whitewashed version of my innate divinity. Well, I partake in the whitewashed version of who you are. Really deep. It's really deep. And as Black women, especially, we're meant to be tapped in. Whether that be through a religion or spirituality, but in reality, those are just extensions of the power that we have within. You don't really need any of that at all. You really just need yourself. That is the most powerful divine connection that you can have. I don't even know what she's saying. She's saying "cut up in my teeth." I don't know. Hi, my lovers. I made like 2 other videos tonight, because I'm on fire. Hopefully this one is short. What was I gonna talk about? Fuck, I knew what I was gonna talk about before I came in. Oh yes. I finally want to talk about how spiritually in tune I am, and the reasoning behind, as a Black woman, for my Black queens, because this is who I make my shit for. Our being is divinely fucking connected. Our existence is divine, right? So a lot of Black women are just naturally in tune, whether they realize that or not. And that is it's something personal about myself I want to talk about, but it's also for y'all too. It was something that if you love me, love me. Okay. This kind of goes into, I guess I was having a little rant per usual, but it says, you'll never gaslight me out of speaking up on the shit y'all do to my people. Don't give a fuck about how big or small you may perceive it to be. My ancestors and my people won't. Huh? Oh yeah, I wonder what I was gonna say, because I said my ancestors and my people. Yeah, but anyways, won't waste my time arguing, going back and forth, or forcing people to do or believe what I believe, but you won't shut me the fuck up. You won't silence me, and I will speak up whether you like that shit or not. I don't know why I said that, but anyways. Oh, woo! Bring back unapologetic, highly tapped in Black women in positions of power. We ain't hiding no more. We hold too much privilege to allow this world to shun us. I hold too much privilege to allow this world to shun me. You goddamn right. You goddamn right. But yeah, I know you guys may already know how spiritual I am, or may know that I'm spiritual because I talk about it, but I don't think I talked about the depth of how spiritual I am. And I'm finally coming out about that shit, because it's something that I kind of hid a little bit, and I don't necessarily think people would be surprised about it, but I haven't really ever went in depth about how truly in tune I am, because I am very in tune. Whew, this is a bit of a vulnerable post, because I'm kind of like scared to talk about this a little. Not scared, but like, this is like a part of who I am. So I've always had a connection to spirit, but you know what, no, my connection to spirit has grown so much stronger over the years, but I never realized I was divinely connected until now, or a little, anyways, sorry. I've always had intuition, you know, that intuition. I've always had knowings, and even as a little girl,
I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the video, but as a little girl, I definitely always just had knowings, and I just always knew things, and I never really knew why I knew them, and I never really realized that I knew things that I technically should not have known, or was crazy to know as a child, but I did. I also, as a kid, just always had like feelings, and just, I don't know, these feelings that I never really knew was, you know, like an intuitive thing. I just thought they were these big feelings that I couldn't control, and all these other things that I honestly just had no idea were me being divinely tapped in, but it was just always who I was. So yeah,
I'd play around with saying I was a psychic, and my friends would joke around about it and things like that, but it was never something that I ever really thought that seriously about. But I mean, I technically am a psychic. I'm a lot of things. I'm a medium. I'm a channel, and by channel I mean spirits can literally channel through my body, like they could possess me and channel through me. That sounds so bad, but that's the thing. They've stigmatized divinity within Black women, and no more of that shit. But I want to start by talking about what sparked my gifts to amplify, because my intuition has always been on point since a child. Like, I've always had feelings about things, and I've always just knew things. I just didn't understand the depth of my power, and I didn't realize how much more powerful it was going to become. But 2020 is right so much, but 2020, my grandfather passed. I'm sure y'all already know that. And I remember, I don't know if that was the day of his passing, but I remember we were on the way home, and I know what the fuck I saw. So I was asleep. No, I was not asleep. I was awake. This is how I knew I wasn't tripping. I was wide awake, but my eyes were closed because I was trying to go to sleep. Why the fuck, when my eyes were closed, could video cut off? But I was talking about how my eyes were closed, fully closed now, and I fucking saw, like, I saw what, I don't know how to describe what I saw, but I saw what I would see if my eyes were open. And then I opened my eyes and saw exactly what, that's how it happened. So I saw something, right? As if my eyes were open. And then when I opened my eyes, I saw the exact same thing like a couple seconds later. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? And I started having a couple instances where if I would get myself into like this in-between state of sleep and being awake, I would get a vision with my eyes closed, kind of like fucking Raven from That's So Fucking Raven. I could see shit with my eyes closed. I kid y'all not. Kid you not. Now, it never lasted too long because as my heart rate would pick up, it would go away. And then on top of that, this is around the same time I was meditating, and my soul left my body, quite literally, and I ended up in a shadow realm. And that started happening over and over and over and over. I kid y'all not, back to back to back. I can't control it. It's just happening back to back to back, to the point where I knew I was about to leave my body. And then my ancestors really worked with me on protection, because I'm technically a conduit to the spirit realm. So spirits have attached themselves onto me, and I've had to learn how to get rid of them. I remember there was, in the beginning of my spiritual journey, mind you, I'm just a girl. I'm a 15-year-old young girl, don't know shit. Mind you, I grew up Christian, so I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and I could not talk to my folks about it because they would have said it was a demon. They would have said it was demonic. They would have said they would not have understood. I didn't know what was going on, and I was dealing with this by myself because I wasn't really super in tune with my ancestors at the time. Although I was in tune with them, I wasn't as in tune with them as I am now. But there was this period of time where I would literally, every single time I laid down to go to sleep or take a nap, or accidentally fell asleep or took a nap or whatever, I would get sleep paralysis every single time. And then it started to get creepy because a shadow would like start revealing itself to me, and then it had the audacity to like scratch next to my ear one day, and that was like my final straw. It scared the shit out of me, But my ancestors were, they spoke to me about it, and they showed me how I could banish whatever it was that had attached itself onto me. But I said that to say, whoo, not only is the spirit realm very, very fucking real, it's nothing to be played with. The spirit realm ain't shit to play with. I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say. Don't be playing with shit you don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you don't know shit about protection. But yeah, I'm very, very, very in tune with the spirit realm. And so I guess I can run down what some of my gifts are. So I have all the clairs, every last one of them. I can do tarot, and I can channel. I already said what that was. Mediumship. I can astral project and shift. I think that's about it. But I say all that to say I'm a black woman who was tapped back into her divinity, and I'm not meant to hide it. I'm meant to show just how divinely tapped in I am, and how connected to spirit that I am, and how connected to my ancestors that I am. Also, if you don't know what clairs are, it's kind of like different sensical type of, okay, so example, clairvoyance is when you can see shit. Clairaudience is when you can hear shit. Clairsentience, I think, is when you can feel shit. I don't remember. Claircognizance is kind of like it's like when you can feel shit. There's some other ones, I think. Anyways, I got all the clairs. Very spiritually tapped in. And what's funny is the really intense gifts, like astral projecting, shifting, the visions. I forgot to mention that I get visions. The really intense gifts, they paused, and rightfully so, because they were whooping my ass. As soon as I tapped in, everything tapped in, and my ancestors and my own energy had to pause my shit, because it was just too much all at once, especially for a young 15-year-old girl to be dealing with shit she don't know nothing about. That shit was just not only dangerous, but it was just a lot. So my gifts paused for a while, and they honestly are still kind of paused, but they're coming back since I'm maturer now, and I'm more knowledgeable, and I'm in a new energy. You know, I've elevated a lot spiritually. I know a lot. But yeah, my lineage, the women specifically, are very, very spiritually tapped in, whether they realize that shit or not. But the women in my family are quite Christian, on my maternal side at least. I unfortunately don't know too much about my paternal side in terms of like how tapped in the women are. I've never really seen them tapped in, but I've seen the women in my family tapped in, whether or not they realize that they're tapped in. But yeah, I come from a lineage of really powerful mystics, and we were shunned. Like our power was shunned, and we kind of had to literally just hide how powerfully in tune we were, and I'm a part of that being restored. I'm not meant to hide how extremely tapped in I am, and how in tune with spirit that I am, and spirits and my ancestors, and they're part of the reason why I do what I do. But yeah, I wanted to talk about how spiritual I am, y'all. I'm really spiritual. Like, everything that I do is spiritual. My entire life is just spiritual, and you guys will see that more and more and more. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that because I always talk about like my ancestors and, you know, me being spiritual, but it's really deep. It's really deep, and as Black women especially, we're meant to be tapped in, whether that be through a religion or spirituality, but in reality, those are just extensions of the power that we have within. You don't really need any of that at all. You don't need anything externally, to be honest. You really just need yourself. That is the most powerful divine connection that you can have. But yeah, I think I actually wrote something about, I channeled it. Of course I did. Let me see. Whew. So I'm definitely channeling right now. I know I'm channeling when I have to keep put it like getting my breath back, doing deep breaths. But so I wrote, spirituality and religions are just extensions of what's already within me. Didn't have to become spiritual to tap in because I was already tapped in. I started diving into spirituality to understand more of myself and the power I held naturally. I'm not a witch. That's an insult to me and my people. They took what was ours, would not even partake in whitewash. I would not even partake in the whitewashed version of my innate divinity. Woo, bitch. Yeah, they're channeling. I wasn't expecting to talk about this, but I might as well. Some people have, and this was all jokes, and I honestly used to joke about it myself, but I didn't realize how not disrespectful, but how my ancestors really did not like the word witch. They don't like witches because I'm gonna say what they consider them. These are not my words, these are my ancestors' words, but they consider witches white bitches. And they calling myself a witch would be an insult to myself and my people, because witchcraft is quite literally just magic that they stole from us, because we taught them the shit that they know. But anyways, yeah, like I don't need any of that though. Like I don't need the who. I mean I technically am a hoodoo practitioner because it's an extension of my power, and I think I will definitely probably be doing voodoo. They already told me I'll be doing voodoo sometime, but whatever, that's neither here nor there. That and witchcraft, those are, I don't need any of that shit because my innate being in itself is divine. Those are just extensions of who I am. But you will never catch me calling myself a witch. Never, ever. Sorry, look like I could see a booger or something. But yeah, you don't, as a black woman, do not insult yourself or your people by calling yourself a fucking witch. Now, if you want to partake in witchcraft, do whatever the hell you want to do. But why partake in the whitewashed version of who you are? Literally, like, they got that shit from us. Like they get every goddamn thing else. Whew. Yeah, I was channeling. I don't I don't know when they came through, but they definitely did. But yeah, I'm very spiritually tapped in, very, 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 very tapped into spirit. And like I said before, you will see that. I am now in a part of my journey where I no longer even have to like manifest shit, because I don't know why I brought that up, but whew, I've done so much inner work to the point where I don't have to manifest shit anymore. That's just my destiny. I know it's gonna be what it is, and now I'm just on the journey of those things being brought to life. And yes, because I want to, that's funny. That's why they're bringing that up. I know how much impact I'm going to have in this world. And I'll be damned before somebody try to tell me I got lucky, or that I had to do witchcraft, or that I had to do work in order to get to where I got to. Because bitch, I don't need any of that, because it was in my destiny, point blank, period. But I'm here for something bigger. A really big purpose that's a part of a much bigger picture, because this shit ain't just for me. I'm not doing this shit just for me. Like I said before, I'm doing this for my ancestors. I'm doing this for my people, black women. This shit is much bigger than me, and they definitely want me to let motherfuckers know that I didn't have to do anything except for remember who the fuck that I was, point blank fucking period. So there are probably gonna be niggas in this life who try to say, oh, she got lucky, she didn't do the work, or she do that with that voodoo, that shit. Bitch, I ain't gotta do any of that, because that was in my goddamn destiny, ho. And you goddamn right, I got lucky, because I am lucky. I'm a lucky bitch. And one thing about it, and two things for certain, is I damn did do the work. I've been doing the work for years. But one thing people don't understand is that they think the work is external. They think all of the work is external, when really the most powerful work that you can do is the work on your goddamn self. You don't need spirituality. You don't need luck for that shit. You don't need any of that. Anybody can do that shit. And that's the work that I've done. I've spent years and years and years working on my mind, my body, and my spirit. And that's exactly why I'm getting what the fuck that I want. And that's why I'm living the life that I live. And also because of my connection to my ancestors. I heard their call and I picked that shit up. I know this shit is bigger than me, which is why I'm gonna be so fucking blessed, because I'm very, very well okay with blessing the world. It's as simple as that. They definitely wanted me to talk a little bit of shit, because I know the heights that I reach, and this is also for other people who are also gonna reach bigger heights. Is don't let nobody try to tell you how the fuck you got to where you got to, when you know what the fuck you did. You know the work that you put in. Don't let nobody try to tell you what the fuck it is. But also, don't feel the need to try to tell niggas what it is. You know, one thing I don't do, like I said in another video, is I don't argue with no goddamn body, because I ain't got nothing to prove. My energy is enough. You see it? What the fuck? But they wanted me to go ahead and set the record straight, because it's gonna be niggas that want to talk shit, and this would be the video that they can come to hear what the fuck I said. Cause fuck you, bitch. My ancestors love to cuss. That's where I get it from. My family, they're a bunch of cursers. So, LOL. You know, that sounds really bad. Like we be putting curses on people. We don't do that, but we curse. You know. We shouldn't probably use that word. Anyways, yeah, they come through when they want to sometimes. Clearly, I don't know if you could tell that I was channeling, but I was definitely channeling. Yeah, and I know I'm channeling because I can feel it in my third eye too. I don't know if they still want me to talk. Let's see. I think they're not done. I'm figuring out where I want to start. Anyway, I guess I'll just say this. Woo! I'm not guilty for who I came here to be. Not for the things that were already set in stone for me. Not for the life I co-created. Not for the life I co-created. Not for the gifts I responsibly carry. Not for what I was meant and made for. Not for a life I chose. Wondering if there's anything else. Oh, LOL. This one says, why the hell would I scoot over and make space for you, as if I don't have all the damn space in the world? As if you don't have all the damn space in the world. Yeah, I think that's about it. They want me to talk about this. So this one says, I care more about undoing the damage white people have done to my people rather than giving a damn about their racism on a daily basis. Couldn't care less. Don't care about why they've done the things they've done. I care about facilitating justice and redemption by elevating myself and my people. Simple. And a part of that is my spirituality. We are supposed to be spiritually tapped in, whether that be just being spiritually tapped in, doing voodoo, doing spiritual. Tap into yourself. That's really the fuck all the voodoo shit. Tap into your divinity. Tap into yourself. Gotta make this quick because my phone keeps cutting off. But long story short, as Black women, you need to be tapped into your magic. It's as simple as that. Tap into your magic, babe. You are a magical being by default. Tap into that shit. We're supposed to be. They wanted us to forget how spiritually tapped in we are and how tapped in into a spirit that we are innately, because we are literal fucking goddesses and gods walking this fucking earth. But I'm gonna leave it there. I love y'all down to the bone, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.